Trifling gnome! Your arrogance will be your undoing!
But I'm in charge here!
You hate Jaraxxus! You hate Jaraxxus! And is our lord of the burning.
An absolute banger of a song is named after this guy. Gonna stick with his staple format. Health pool, unmitigated damage range, swing average, and his hitbox. Let's start off with something potentially threatening. Nether Power is an ability he will use roughly every 40 seconds. This gives him 10 stacks of 20% increased magic damage for a total of 200. This can be purged in Spell Stolen. You do not want to be greedy with a single mage spell stealing this over the course of 10 seconds. The shortest recorded grace period between him casting this buff and using the ability Fel Lightning is 6 seconds. That is your window to prevent death. Fel Lightning is an ability he can use every 11 seconds. This is an instant cast chain effect. It chains up to a maximum of 5 targets that are within 15 yards of the previous jump target. This damage increases each jump by 10% additively. With no nether power, easily survivable. 5 or more stacks, someone's likely to die. Fel Fireball is a casted ability that the boss periodically does. It cannot be spell reflected, but it can be interrupted. With it being interrupted, it has an interval of 11 seconds. If it goes uninterrupted, it'll deal 35k fire damage and it'll leave a dot that is dispellable that'll do 50k fire damage over 5 seconds. If this is allowed to go through with 3 stacks of nether power, it could one-shot your tank. He has 2 laced about abilities. Legion Flame is a 2-stage debuff. It gives you a 2-second heads up that you're about to start putting fire on the ground where you're standing. You will then, over the course of 6 seconds, drop 6 fires. These are 3 yards in radius and easily compacted. After a minute, they will disappear. Incinerate Flesh is also a 2-stage ability. This is a debuff that can only be removed after receiving 85,000 healing over the course of 12 seconds. If that healing is not received in time, it'll put a dot on everyone in the raid, called Burning Inferno. This will deal 40,000 fire damage over the course of 5 seconds. There's a theme of 2s happening here. He summons, wouldn't you guess it, 2 types of mobs. 21 seconds into the fight, he will summon a Nether Portal. Look at that health pool. There is a 6-second window before the Nether Portal casts Nether Portal. This is a 10-yard AoE that also summons a Mistress of Pain. If your group has adequate DPS, you can kill the Nether Portal before it is able to summon the Mistress of Pain, nullifying this mechanic altogether. That's not going to stop me from going over the Mistress of Pain, though. Health pool, damage, swing average, hitbox. Shivian Slash, laced about, unmitigated melee. Mistress Kiss, a damaging and interrupting debuff that is triggered by casting.
Spinning Pain Spike!
She charges to an opponent in the ring and gets them with an infamous flying suplex and takes them on a trip down memory lane. Back in 1998, when Undertaker threw Mankind off Hell in a Cell, it plummeted 16 feet through an announcer's table. I'm not sorry, I love a good shitty morph. This does 80% of your max health and damage. Absorbs are very nice. At 1 minute and 21 seconds into the fight, Jaraxxus will cast Infernal Eruption. This summons an Infernal Volcano that will cast Infernal Eruption. Unlike the Nether Portal, you cannot cheese not getting ads on this one. This summons a Fel Flame Infernal within 15 yards of the volcano that does 10-yard fire damage when it lands. It casts immediately and at every 5 seconds. At best, you could have 1. On average, you could have 3. Fel Flame Infernal. Health damage, swing average, hitbox. It has a 2-stage ability. It can cast this 8 seconds after existing. Fel Streak. This charges to an opponent. No, I'm not doing that. This lands on top of 1 person in the raid. And immediately begins a channel of a 15-yard AoE called Fel Inferno that ticks every 1 second over the course of 6 seconds. 5k fire damage per tick. 1 of these you can manage healing through it. 2 of them might be sketchy. They'll rarely line up. And honestly, they shouldn't live long enough to line up. That is the entirety of Jaraxxus. You purge, interrupt, and heal through his abilities. You kill the portal quick, or 1 lucky person wins a trip to the Hell in a Cell. You disregard everything you learned about volcanoes prior, stand in it and kill it. The fight lasts for about 3-ish minutes and you get loot. Some lesser known optimization, or cheese if you will. You can manipulate where the portal and the volcanoes spawn. They will always manifest 15 yards out from his left shoulder, which means if you have him up against the wall, it'll spawn on top of him. But he queues this ability at every 20 seconds past a minute. If at that same moment in time, or just prior, he faces his way to Incinerate Flesh, Fel Lightning, or Legion Flame, that direction will dictate the facing, as he's queuing that ability the moment it ends. If you wanted to remove some of the variants of this happening, you'd have your ranged, behind the tank, wall side. If nothing else, it's pretty neat mechanical information. If you like the content, you want to see more, like, comment, subscribe, help me grow. If you're well off and you'd like to show your support by throwing money at me, I'm a broke ass, that'd be much appreciated. There's links to all the things that do all the stuff. There you go. As always, thank you for watching, and see you soon, trademark.